name is Jose Hombrebueno. I'm the front office manager of the Hampton Inn in downtown Vancouver. Before we start, I suppose I'm going to say thank you for inviting me today. This is the first Zoom meeting that I am doing in over a year.
Okay.
I don't know what Cecilia has told you. The front office is the best department to work for in any hotels.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah. Why is that? It's because that is why. The front office is the first touch points that guest has to make when they come into a hotel. After that grand entrance they have, provide them with a room, provide them with the information. We are also the last place that guests have last impressions. So it's critical. Front office has to do a good job about welcoming that guest experience.
Okay, so as I heard from you that you have tons of duties to do as a front desk manager, right?
Yes.
So that must be stressful for you because you have to deal with everyone because you can't really satisfy each and every person you see in your hotel.
Yeah.
Now, how do you deal with that situation? That must be really, really stressful.
You deal with it with a lot of patience and a lot of thought. I cannot expect my staff to be dealing with incident or every issues that comes across them. Even before a staff member steps out to the front desk, he or she has to undergo at least 2 to 3 weeks of intensive training. The training involves the PMS, Property Management System, responsibilities with, we have a checklist for everything that we do. We have AM checklist, PM checklist, and we go through that checklist like tooth and nail. We make sure that they're successful at doing it.
So I worked as the shift leader at McDonald's.
Good.
So I have a question. Like you guys work, like it's for Cecilia and for you. Like you guys working at the same place that like from like last 20 to 21 years, right? Mm-hmm. I work at McDonald's for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. If something happened, like something bad happens, like for example, if I don't meet my targets, like I'm responsible for the drive-through targets, like I take those stuff too personally on behalf of my team as well. So how to like deal with that situation?
There will always be bad days. For let's say you got 7 days in a week. For every 7 days, 6 days is gonna be good, and there's 1 day that's gonna be bad. You try to cope with the bad days. People will complain to you, outrageous things. To not take it personal, and that's a magic word. Don't take anything personal. All right? You are only there to work, and sometimes people will say things they really don't mean, and they could be very cruel. And being at the front lines, you just kind of absorb it. You take it in. McDonald's has always been very good training ground. I tell people if this is going to be your first job as a teenager, work at McDonald's because they provide that proper training. All right. Morning.
Yeah. So my question is, as a front desk manager, you do lots of activities and duties today, like every day, like.
Yes.
So my question was like, how do you balance your managerial activities and customer activities or duties?
My current work requires me to make sure that every time I come in, I look at how we did the night before, what issues we had the night before with regards to guest complaints, guest issues. Also, I have to make sure that our housekeeping department has sufficient staffing, if there's any issues with supplies and so on. But it's reviewing what happened the day before and making sure that we try to prevent from repeating itself. So I go to a lot of guest feedback reviews, try to find out from guests what their feedback is and how their stay was. I would email them and try to find out from them why they're not happy or why their stay was lackluster and so on. I would write to them and try to find out more. Guest feedback for me as a front office manager is very important.
I think we're good. So we really, truly appreciate your time, Jose.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Remember their faces? Because I told them to apply to your job, okay?
Absolutely. The hotel industry is bouncing back. Tourism industry is going to bounce back. I'm going to tell you this now. We're going to need people to work at those restaurants, to man our front desk, to help with our housekeeping requirements and needs. For now, go ahead, keep learning from the people who have been trained to learn from. Cecilia has a lot of experience with sales and operations.
So now you have a connection with the front office manager at the Hampton Inn in Robson.
Nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me. All right.
So
Take care.
much. Thank you, Jose.
All right.